Three, and we're 1,000 miles from comfort. We untraveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would wait for you forever, exalted in the scene. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat.
With every step we take, Kyoto to the place, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, gave you another name, switch up the battery. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Knowing all of your heart, you can shame me. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. No place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be.
here we go. We stepped out on a mission to find our inner peace, make it everlasting, so nothing is incomplete. With you, sacred simplicity. As long as we're together, there's no place I'd rather be.
With every step we take, Kyoto to the place, strolling so casually. We're different and the same, give you another name, switch up the battery. If you gave me a chance, I would take it.
It's a shot in the dark,
But I'll make it.
knowing all of your heart,
You can't shame me when I am with you.
there's no place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. No, 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 no. No place I'd rather be. When I am with you, there's no place I'd rather be. Woohoo! Good morning. Max, I need more piano, please. More piano. And more cowbell. All right. Here we go. New music. I love it.
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in not knowing that whether if you come stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent, come and share a hug, come let's pray together, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned down, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
God in us recognizes the God in you.
God in you.
No matter black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. There's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of a divine point of view, this door Oh, this door
is open.
This door right here.
This door is open.
It's open for you.
This door is open.
Oh, this door
is open.
I'm talking about this door.
This door is open.
I said this door
is
is open to you. Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in.
God in us recognizes the God in you. Oh, no matter black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist, or Jew, this door is open to you.
Is open to you, and we here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Cahuilla, Gabrielino Tongva, Kizh, and Luiseño peoples. We commit to living in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly upon this land. We recognize our oneness so that we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence, to live better as God intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. Good morning, beloveds. Welcome to Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Jeffrey Ryan. It is my honor and pleasure to serve this beloved community, Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where love lives here. Yes, absolutely. So good morning to all of our beloveds here in the sanctuary. We've already been dancing and moving and grooving and shaking this morning. And those of you online as well, good morning to Mom and Dad. Good morning, Patty Clark. Good morning to Corey and Maria Sneed. And good morning to Anita and Frank. And good morning to Lupe and John. And I'm sure there are others that are joining us and they're on their way. Aloha kakahiaka to Wasey and Kane. To Kane and, I still did it. To Casey and Wayne. There we go. Oh, good grief. All right. Time change. What can I say? All right, we'll just blame everything on that today. How's that? Time change. Okay. All right. So it's great to have all of you with us. So last week, I forgot a very important anniversary. Ours. We've been together for 4 years as of March 1st. So yay! So I met with Mike earlier this week, and Mike was the core council president that brought me into this beloved community, and we were, yes, so congratulations. So Mike said, I'll always take credit for that. And I'm like, and I will always blame you for that. No. No, Ed and I have found our home here, as you well know, and it is such a joy to be part of this community of beloveds who, as we continue to love, celebrate, and express with one another, express spirit with one another. So it is fantastic. The light is so much different this morning. So I have this beautiful halo. I don't know if it's happening in here or not, but online, I'm like, ooh. So put a crown on it. There you go. All right. So we have lots of new music for you this morning. This year, we are working with Living Everyday Wonder, and this month we're focused on play. We'll get to that a little bit later, but let's have some fun with some new music and some grooving and shaking and moving. Yeah, let's do it.
I call this the Grease Lightning song. See the Spirit standing right in front of me.
I see the Spirit standing right in front of me.
I see the Spirit standing right in front of me.
I see the Spirit standing right in front of me.
Praise God,
Praise God,
praise God,
praise God.
I see the Spirit in you. Now I see the Spirit standing to the left of me.
I see the Spirit standing to the left of me.
I see the Spirit standing to the left of me. I
See the Spirit standing to the left of me.
praise God, praise God. I see the Spirit in you. Now I see the Spirit standing to the right of me.
I see the Spirit standing to the right of me.
I see the Spirit standing to the right of me. I see the Spirit
standing to the right of me.
praise God, praise God. I see the Spirit in you. Now I see the Spirit standing standing right in front of me.
I see the Spirit standing right in front of me.
I see the Spirit standing right in front of me. I see
The Spirit standing right in front of me.
praise God, praise God. I see the Spirit in you. I see the Spirit right around of me.
I see the Spirit
Everywhere
around
I
me.
see the Spirit everywhere around me.
I see the Spirit everywhere around me.
Praise God,
Praise God.
I see the Spirit in you. Last one. See the Spirit standing to the left of me.
I see the Spirit standing to the left
Left of me. I see the Spirit standing to the left of me.
I see the Spirit standing to the left of me.
Praise God, praise God. I see the Spirit in you. It's grease lightning.
Good morning.
Partners here at the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. Tomorrow, Ralston and I will be available after service for a brief moment of prayer in the prayer room in the lobby. Please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. We love to pray, and we absolutely know that prayer works. Now, please allow the music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love. Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love.
I invite you to close your eyes if this is comfortable for you. Moving into the heart space. Taking in a deep, intentional breath. Breathing in love and breathing out love. Anchoring in the space of peace and love. Releasing anything that is unlike love and allowing love to be the essence of who we are. One with the one. I know that God is all there is. God is all knowing. God is perfect peace. God is joy unspeakable. God is clarity and beauty, compassion, wholeness. God is the voice of truth, deep faith, infinite supply. But God is so much more than this. And I know that we are all creative expressions of all that God is. With divine love and peace, let's move unconditional love out into our families, our community, and into the world, to the people in Ukraine and Russia. Knowing that love is the answer to any disturbing conditions. And as we embrace love and joy that is everywhere present, let's take things a little less seriously, lighten up, and find a little humor. Share some good energy. There's nothing like a good laugh to lighten us up. Laugh can be a prayer. Share some joyful giggles. Trust the omnipresent power breathing us, knowing that a good laugh is refreshing, free, and connects us to one another. I bless our church family this morning, everyone listening, everyone everywhere. I know that we share joyful giggles, sharing good energy with everyone we meet. And I just let this be so. And so it is.
Can y'all say yeehaw? Yeehaw! We're gonna have fun today. Ready? I was cruising along, singing my songs, keeping my critics at bay. All of a sudden I heard her voice telling me that I'm not okay. The sky got dark, the winds will blow, and I crawled in my head and wouldn't let go. Now I'm in misery, and all my faults are all I see. Poor me. I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered. I've lost my mind, I've gone offline. I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered. Say yeehaw, y'all. Ready? Here we go. Yeah. Ready, Jeff? Ready, and.
Something that somebody said that allowed her to hijack my head, leading me down that rabbit hole where I seem to forget everything I know. All those years of therapy, and look at what it's gotten me. I'm off the track, under attack. All I want is to be free. For me, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered. I lost my mind, I've gone offline. I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered. I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered. I lost my mind and gone offline. I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered.
I'll breathe and phone a friend to help me to remember who I am. Things she said are just not true. Found my power, that's what I'll do. I won't be triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered. Not triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered. Not triggered, not triggered, not triggered, not triggered, not triggered, not triggered, not triggered. I found my way, nothing she can say. Not triggered, not triggered, not triggered. I won't be, she can't make me. Nothing's gonna make me triggered. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm loving the theme for March. Play, fun, laughter. That's a Karen Drucker song that she wrote when she was like, somebody like pushed those buttons and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm triggered. And what did she do? She made a funny song about it. And so I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered, I'm triggered. And it sounds like, you're riding a horse. And I was like, trigger, hi-ho, trigger. Right? And then she realizes it and she flips the script and says, no, I'm not going to let this happen. So I'm not triggered. I'm not triggered, not triggered, not triggered, not triggered, not triggered, not triggered. Right? And then notice already what's happening in your body as you're listening to that. Sally's over there cracking herself up already, right? We haven't even started yet. And today is called a laugh a day. Woo. All right. So for here at Centers for Spiritual Living, as I mentioned, we're working with the theme of living everyday wonder. And the theme for this month is play. And we're going to dive into that in a moment. But we are talking about laughter. We're talking about a laugh a day today. But let's start, as we always do, with our focus statement, shall we? And let's do it with some L's. Let's do it with life. Let's do it with laughter. Let's do it with love. Let's do it with, what are the other L's? Lusciousness. Ooh. Liveliness. What else? Laughter. Huh? Liberated. All right. Sounds good. You ready? Here we go. We embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Yes, if we're going to do it with laughter, let's do it with laughter, shall we? All right. So, and it's serious, but at the same time, we get to lighten up. Oh, that was a word that we should have used, right? Lightness, lighten up. Oh my gosh. Ernest Holmes says in our Declaration of Principles, right there, the Declaration of Principles, that we believe in a universal spirit, which we call God. We believe in a universal spirit, which operates through a universal mind, which we know is to be the law of God. And we know that this creative mind is surrounding us, that we are bathed in it, and that it is responsive to the impress of our thoughts. This creative mind, this creative law, is responsive to the impress of our thoughts, and that we believe, right, that we believe that we can use the power of this mind to heal the sick and to change conditions. This is what we believe at Centers for Spiritual Living, that we can use the power of the mind to heal the sick, whether the sick is somebody else or ourselves, to heal. We can use the power of the mind to heal, and we can use the power of the mind to change conditions. So, that being said, it is through the activation of joy, through laughter and play, that we engage the mind in healing and wholeness. You with me? All right, good. So when we talk about, here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we've long known that there's a mind-body connection, right? There's a spirit-mind-body connection. Okay, right? We've known this for a long time, and science is catching up to us. So what we've done, how science of mind, how science and spirituality, science of mind and spirituality, how it got started, how new thought got started, is it got started in what was called the mind cure movement, meaning that using the power of the mind, the power of thought, that we could heal our physical being, that we could heal our mental being, we could heal our psychological being, our emotional being, that we could heal. This is how it got started. So we know that we can use the power of the mind, we can use the power of the creative process to heal ourselves, to reveal our wholeness, because as Ernest Holmes says, there's nothing to be healed, only the truth to be revealed. And what we know is that spirit, God, truth is love, truth is joy. This is the true nature of our being. So we have the power, my beloveds, we have the power to practice our wholeness, to reveal our wholeness through the power of the mind and through the power of joy. And that means through the power of laughter. That means through the power of fun. That means through the power of imagination, of having a good time. This is how we can reveal our wholeness. Norman Cousins, he eventually went on to UCLA, but Norman Cousins, many years ago was diagnosed with a very rare form of autoimmune disease, and he was given only a few months to live. And he decided that he wasn't going to take that lying down. He wasn't going to just accept that diagnosis. And so he began a practice of laughing every day for 15 minutes. And 6 months later, he's feeling a lot better. He's doing a lot better. And he realizes there's something here in the power of laughter. So he joins UCLA and becomes part of the research team, researching the benefits of laughter on health and wholeness, because we know that that's got to be true, right? Laughter is the best medicine. We've heard it years and years. Laughter is the best medicine. He went about trying to prove it. And guess what? He lived another 27 years after this diagnosis. Now, I'm sure he did other things too, but a huge part of his practice was daily laughter, was laughing. You know, we live in such a stressful time, but who hasn't lived in a stressful time? I'm sure it was stressful for the people running away from saber-toothed tigers. You know, I'm sure it was stressful for people living in, walled cities. I'm sure it was stressful for the shepherds and the farmers. We all live in stressful times. How those stresses shift and change is something. And nowadays, we're no longer just running away from the saber-toothed tigers or the grizzly bears. Nowadays, we activate those same stress hormones. We activate that same feeling over a cell phone bill or over gas prices or over something that we see on TV or over a look, right? All of a sudden, those stress hormones start flooding, and we enter into this constant heightened state of fight or flight. Right? We enter into that limbic system, that reptilian part of our brain that is trying to keep us safe. But we forget that there really isn't a threat. It's now become a perceived threat because we can think these things. We have this ability to think these things. And so it's not necessarily a real threat to our safety, to our well-being, but it's perceived as a threat. And so we get into this feedback loop of stress where it's constant adrenaline and cortisol dumping into our bodies. And when there's constant adrenaline and cortisol dumping into your body, then the body tends to break down. Systems don't operate as well as they used to. All of a sudden, there's aches and pains and cricks and twists and difficulty and challenges, right? Because we know that our brains, our thoughts, have an impact on our physicality. And so if we are constantly worrying, we're worrying ourselves sick. That's a phrase we hear too. Don't worry yourself sick. You're going to worry yourself to death over that. Don't worry yourself sick. Don't worry yourself to death over that. Huh? And then conversely, we hear that laughter is the best medicine. All right, so laughter is the best medicine. Okay, so if I get into this pain cycle, then the pain cycle causes me more stress, and then when I get more stress, guess what happens? There's more pain, right? You see how the loop goes. So how do we interrupt the loop? We can interrupt the loop by changing the thought pattern, by changing the behavioral pattern, and looking at what the thoughts are, looking at what the behaviors are, and begin to make that shift. And one of the ways of doing that is through laughter. Through laughter. Now you're saying, life is rough, life is tough. There's not much to laugh about right now. It feels wrong to laugh. It feels wrong to play. It feels shameful almost. How dare I laugh? How dare I have a good time in the midst of everything that is happening in the world? Well, that's just over here. More pain, more shame, more going around in the washing machine or the dryer, right? Tumble, 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 tumble. What good are you over here? in changing the world over there or changing the world out here? What good are you over here if we're just tumble, tumble, tumble? At some point, we have to open the door on the dryer, right? Or it stops and it buzzes, bing, right? Or ours now sings. It's very odd. We have this new Samsung that sings this little song. I'm like, okay, let's dance to the laundry. I mean, it's just like, used to be, right? But what we can do is we can interrupt laughter. But you're saying, but there's not that much to laugh about. Or, I don't really have a sense of humor. I don't find very many things funny. Comedians don't do it for me. Books don't do it for me. Comic strips don't do it for me. I don't find very much funny. And yet we're on our cell phones and somebody says something and we go, lol. Or we send the little emoji with a little crying tears, right? Of the laughter emoji. So we're finding something funny, but are we really finding it that funny? Well, guess what? The brain, just like we do with visualization, when we're visualizing something and we're imagining it and we're visualizing it, and then we are aligning ourselves with it through the power of visualization, our brain recognizes the visualization and the actual thing as to being the same thing. We can also do the same thing with laughter. We don't have to have something funny or have some external source of laughter, some external source of funny to make us laugh. We can do it all on our own. And our brain receives it when we simulate laughter. Our brain actually receives it as laughter. Our brain actually receives it as though we were doing it naturally, because the brain doesn't make any distinction. And so when we start laughing, then guess what happens with the chemistry in our body? The cortisol levels go down. The adrenaline level goes down. And the dopamine levels start to go up. Dopamine gives us clarity. It helps us learn. It helps us pay attention. And it gives us motivation. Our oxytocin levels go up. Oxytocin is that chemical in our brain that is the love chemical. It's the cuddle chemical. It's the chemical of empathy. It's the chemical of compassion. It's the chemical of relatedness and interconnectedness. It's that chemical when you look at your puppy dog in the eyes and you're just like, oh, my puppy. Oh. It's that chemical. So laughter helps the oxytocin. It helps raise that connection chemical that allows us to be connected closer with one another. And then the laughter also increases our endorphins. Our endorphins are our pleasure chemicals. Our endorphins are also our pain reducers, our natural pain reducers. So when we laugh, the studies show that when we laugh, we can actually reduce pain by about 15%. 15%. For some folks, 15% pain reduction is a huge reduction in pain. 15% if we laugh. So we don't have to have anything to laugh at. We just have to laugh. Good, I'm so glad you're ready and primed. This is exciting. Some other benefits before we move on here, some other benefits of laughter that I do want to share with you is it increases your immune function, it decreases stress, it increases your cardiovascular health, it decreases anxiety, it increases your sense of safety, increases your mood, increases lymphatic lymph flow, increases your blood flow, decreases your limbic system, your fight or flight, decreases your heart rate and blood pressure, decreases muscle tension, increases clarity and creativity and relatedness, increases your intake of oxygen, and increases your growth hormone, just to name a few things that laughter can do. Isn't that great? And I've been reading as I've been doing research for this. So laughter, like really good belly laughter, just a couple of minutes of that is the same as 100 crunches. Whoo! We can get rock hard abs just by laughing. That's awesome. Bonus extra, right? All right. So, are we going to play? we're in the month of play. We're going to play. And so all you folks there at home, I encourage you to play with us as well. All right, so we're going to use our imagination. We're going to use a little playfulness. We're going to use a little creativity. Are we good? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all that shame and judgment and you shouldn't be doing this and why are you laughing at you? Right? We're going to get rid of all that. Okay, you ready? All right, so let's brush it off our shoulders. Let's brush it off. Get that judgment off. Come on. Get it off. Get it out there. Don't fling it on anybody else, but just get it out there. Right? All right. So let's get some energy flowing. Let's get some blood flowing. So let's take our hands, open them real wide, and we're going to clap. And now we're going to change the beat. So we're going to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 All right. Yay. Okay, good. Feel your hands tingling a little bit. Feel the energy and the blood moving just a little bit. Shake it like a dog. All right. All right. So, laughter. You know, when I first entered a class, when I first took foundations, our teacher was teaching us about spiritual mind treatment. I'm like, spiritual mind treatment? I really don't like that word, spiritual mind treatment, or that phrase, spiritual mind treatment. I much prefer affirmative prayer because, I don't know, Reverend Doug, spiritual mind treatment sounds a lot like you're going to do something to my brain, like you're going to brainwash me. And he goes, well, could your brain use a little washing? Meaning, you know, could we be changing the way we're thinking? Could we be changing the way we're approaching life? Could we be changing what we're thinking about? Maybe we could clean up our thoughts a little bit. I was like, oh, okay. So the first exercise we're going to do is we're going to do the brainwash. You ready? All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach up. Remember, we're playing. We're going to reach up and we're going to unzip our head here, but we're going to make a noise as we do it. Ready? Ready? Here we go. All right. Now let's open it up. Let's reach in, grab your brain. All right. See the brain right there? See it right there in front of you? See it? All right. Get your scrubby. Ready? Here we go. We're going to laugh as we're doing it. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. All right. Feel the breath? Feel how it's moving? All right, so we scrubbed our brain pretty good, but you know, got to get in the nooks and crannies, so we got to floss this sucker. All right, here we go. So we're going to take our floss, we're going to stretch it out. All right, put the floss over your head, and let's floss. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. You feeling it? How are you feeling? Feeling your abs a little bit? I'm feeling mine. Notice how things are changing in your physical body, your physical structure. Yeah. So we've been talking about practical situations, about practical life, or about using these tools, practical living, right? That's part of the whole idea of living everyday wonder, that we're living this in our everyday, that we're having a good time, that we're approaching life with curiosity and with wonder. And so we have these tools that we've been sharing about being able to do these daily in a regular practice, right? All right, so we can also practice laughing under stressful situations. We live in Southern California. We know what the freeways are like, right? So the next one we're going to do is we're going to be stuck in traffic. Ready? Because we've all been there. So hands at 10 and 2. Like we ever hold on to the steering wheel at 10 and 2, but hands at 10 and 2. And we're stuck in traffic on the 91. Or yet the 60. That's the one that's always like, Anyway, we're stuck in traffic. All right, here we go. Ready? Now look at the driver next to you. And look at the driver on the other side. Ho, ho, ha, 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 ho, ho, ha, ha. Now, when you do that in traffic, make sure your foot's on the brake or you're in park. Because it might not be so funny if your foot's not on the brake. So this week, beloveds, anytime you are experiencing a little bit of stress, or anytime you're just wanting fresh breath or breath of fresh air, choose a moment in the day and just begin laughing. You saw how we just began laughing. So we've been laughing for about 5 minutes. So you've burned about 50 calories. Hallelujah. Right? But notice your body. Notice what's happened in your body. Notice the feeling in your body if you really let yourself go. Notice, wow, there's more circulation happening in my body. My breathing has shifted in a different way. And how am I feeling? Feeling a little bit lighter. Maybe a little bit more clarity. Because not only does the dopamine give us more clarity, the oxygen gives us more clarity as well, because we have now bathed our whole system in oxygen. So there's more clarity, there's more acuity, right? So now that we've moved into this space, now when we enter into observing what is going on in the world, the tragedies that are going on in the world, we're now entering into this space from a much more balanced place, a much healthier space. And now when we enter into what is happening for us and for those around the globe, we can enter into it with clarity, with joy, with equanimity, with poise, with compassion, with love that might not have been there before. We can enter into it much freer, much more available to be fully present. Because when we're laughing like what we were laughing, the way we were laughing, we are 100% fully in the moment. Because you can't laugh like the way we were laughing and be anywhere else. And where do we meet the divine, beloveds? The only place we meet the divine is where? In the moment, in the now moment, in this moment. So laughter is a direct connection with an experience of the divine. So if you came in here looking for a divine, holy experience, if you came in here looking for a numinous experience, a direct revelation from God, you got it. Whether you know it or not, you got it. You experienced it. God is joy. God is love. God is peace and harmony and poise. And so we can then now enter into a time of conscious union with the divine. So I invite our practitioners to please stand and surround the sanctuary, and our core council members to do the same, to join them. We can enter into this time of additional spiritual practice, because laughter is spiritual practice. We can enter into a time of additional spiritual practice, maybe a more formalized spiritual practice, from a place of light, from a place of love, from a place of deep connection. And so I recognize that it's just power, this one presence. It is the very who of who I am. I am deeply connected to it, through it, and it as me. That right where I am, the joy of spirit is, the presence of spirit is, and it expresses joyfully, hopefully, gloriously in wholeness and perfection through and as me, through and as my life, through and as my body temple. My body temple is the temple of the divine, the temple of spirit, the temple of joy, the temple of love, the temple of peace. And so I recognize that there is a perfect circulation happening through my body right now. There's a perfect flow, that I am in divine harmony, that everything is unfolding under grace and in perfect ways and in divine right order and divine right action, because there is no other way for it to express, for it to show up, for it to demonstrate, for it to manifest, except through and as me. And so I open to a greater yet to be. I open to my greatness, my wholeness, my fullness of life, and I recognize that I am that I am. Oh, and it feels so good and so powerful, and I joyously celebrate and splash in this good. And as I splash in this good, the splashing overflows and it gets other people wet too, just like Gallagher smashing a watermelon. And it's fun. And the joy overflows. The joy touches and spreads. The love, it spreads and expands. And so I graciously and gratefully celebrate being in the splash zone of life, allowing the laughter, the fun, the joy to wash over me. I bathe in it. Oh, and how good it feels. And how good it feels to be in a community with like-minded people, with other people expressing and experiencing and splashing their joy all over too. How wonderful it is, how fun it is to experience this light-heartedness. Oh. And I know that that which I am experiencing now, because I am fully present with it, I have this experience of it, this full sensation of it, that it continues to grow, that it continues to manifest, that it continues to expand. Because that which I focus my attention on, when I focus the attention on joy, when I focus the attention on love, when I focus my attention on peace, and I allow myself to experience it, I experience more of it. And those around me experience more of it as well. So I know the laugh a day, laughter is the best medicine. And so I collectively, with the beloveds gathered here this day, we bring our healing presence of laughter. We bring our healing presence of love to anywhere in the world that is calling out and crying out for laughter, that's crying out for joy, that's crying out for peace. We bring this together. We move it forward and we share it. How grateful I am to know this. How grateful I am to be the conduit of mirth, the conduit of joy. And I release this word now, knowing it is done, knowing that it is so, with great gratitude and a smile upon my face. I let it be. And so it is.
In the third grade, the teacher said, let's sing and have some fun. So I let it rip, I let it rail. She said, you bell, why don't you just hum? So for many years I squished my voice, thinking I was wrong. And then one day I'd learned the truth, and now I sing this song. It says, I don't have to be perfect, I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. I don't have to be perfect, I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. I stand in front of the mirror, obsessing about my belly fat, my thighs, my butt, my wrinkles round my eyes. Who can live with that? The media is telling me I should be young, tall, and thin. But the truth is, when I accept myself, that's when I win. I say I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. Perfection's an illusion. I won't give power away. I can lighten up and let it go now that I'm okay. Older and I'm wiser, I don't really care what people say. If someone thinks I'm not perfect, well, I bless them on their way. Life's too short to be judgmental. Take a break and have a good time. If you're struggling with this issue, then raise your voice with mine. Raise your voice with mine. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. Give myself permission to be just who I am. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am. I don't have to be perfect. I'm doing the best I can. I give myself permission to be just who I am.
Just reading the comments here. Maria said, Maria Sneed said when we were doing the driving and laughing and stuck in traffic, Maria Sneed says, "You're going to get us all shot." She did put a lol next to it too, so there you go. So this morning, as our brothers are coming forward, I invite you to take out that which you're choosing to contribute this morning, recognizing that this contribution is a participation in the flow. And so collecting on behalf of the congregation this morning is Lori Bouzier and Cindy Lambert, and receiving on behalf of the congregation this morning is Tamara Ralston. So I invite you to take out that which you're choosing to contribute, recognizing that it is a contribution to the flow, it's a contribution to life, it's a contribution to the expansion and expression. So the easiest way to contribute is via text to give. Simply text to 951-419-5858. Type in the amount you're choosing to contribute and hit send. It is just that easy. And you're texting a friend. You're texting all these people that you're seeing around us. You're texting everybody who's watching us online, because these are all your friends. And so when you text in this way, when you're contributing in this way, you are texting your friends. And so another easy way to contribute is to go online to riversidecsl.org, our website, and in the upper right-hand corner, you will see the word contribute. You can contribute there, or if you happen to be here in the sanctuary, the baskets will be coming around momentarily. So I invite you to place that which you're contributing over your heart space. And let's say this affirmation together. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. When I'm grateful for the love. And I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. When I'm grateful for the love, for the love. And I'm grateful for the bounty that you rain down on me. And I'm grateful for the bounty, for the bounty. And I'm grateful for the bounty that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the bounty, for the bounty. the blessings that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the blessing, for the blessing. Oh, I'm grateful for the blessings that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the blessing, for the blessing. I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the love, for the love. I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the love, for the love. I'm grateful for the love that you rain down on me. I'm grateful for the love, for the love.
All right, so a few announcements before we head out and get coffee. So the first announcement is on the last Sunday of this month, which is the 27th at 1 p.m. on Zoom, we will have our annual membership meeting. So all members of record are invited to join us for that meeting, and we will be sending out a link to the Zoom that Thursday before the meeting, so make sure you check your email. That is how you will receive the link for the membership meeting. And so once again, that is the 27th of March at 1 p.m. Then on next week, Sunday, we have the Riverside Interfaith Forum. You can go to our website, Riverside CSL. We have a link for you there for the second annual Riverside Interfaith Forum. We began these back in 2020, and we had the first one right here in the sanctuary just before COVID hit. And so we completed that series in fall of that year online, and now we have it again, and that is going to be on the 20th. Anything else about that, Earl? Nothing else that he can think of. Earl is the chair of our Riverside Interfaith Council, and so we will be having that next week, Sunday afternoon. So you just click on the link, and then you need to register for that, and then it's free, but you just need to make sure that you register for that. So there's that. And then Mike, you have an announcement as well about an upcoming event on the 22nd. This is Mike Kataoka, the person responsible. If you enjoyed today's message, blame him.
Hello, everybody. On behalf of Green Faith Spiritual Spirit Group, I'm extending an invitation to you. Free online workshop on Tuesday.
All right,
Can you hear me? Okay.
There we go. I just want to make sure that our people online can hear you too. All right,
Okay.
here we go.
I'm extending the invitation to attend a free online workshop on Tuesday, March 22nd, 6 p.m. And it's about how to make our money align with our values when it comes to saving our planet. Green Faith, as you may know, is an interfaith international organization that works for climate justice by organizing environmental activism. And as Reverend Jeff mentioned a few weeks ago, recently the Centers for Spiritual Living partnered with Green Faith. So this will help promote its mission and lend financial support, having this partnership. So this is actually a part of that whole partnership. And our spirit group serves kind of as a local Green Faith chapter. So the co-founder of the chapter in upstate New York, Michael Richardson, he's going to be leading the workshop on March 22nd. And he's going to present ideas on how to divest personal and organizational finances away from funding fossil fuel extraction, production, and distribution. So this can be as simple as changing your bank, your credit cards, your insurance. And I'll also offer suggestions for shifting our deposits or premiums and investments to fund local businesses and farms and affordable housing and development of clean energy. So again, this workshop's going to take place on Zoom a week from this coming Tuesday, not this Tuesday. And we will have the Zoom link available on Connect, Facebook, all the usual places. So again, it's free and will be recorded in case you can't make it. So hope to see you on the 22nd.
Thank you. So once again, Michael Richardson is going to be talking about divestment. So divesting from companies that are fossil fuel companies or companies that haven't been, that aren't as earth friendly as what they could be, and suggesting ways of investing your money, your finances or what have you in companies that are. So this will be free. It is Green Faith is offering our Green Faith Spirit Group is offering this to everyone. And so the link will be on our website as well as in Connect, your weekly email. So if you're not getting our weekly emails, make sure that you contact Tricia so that you can get our weekly emails. And if you are getting our weekly emails, open them. I'm just saying, there's a lot of info in there. And if you're wondering, like, I didn't see that, I didn't hear about that, it's like, well, did you check your email? So open them, maybe. Thank you. All right. So also this week and every week, I've been creating little videos on Facebook. How many of you have seen them? Yeah. All right. So this week, we're going to be sharing videos again on Facebook and Instagram and on TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok. I've already shared with you. I'm on TikTok. You can follow me at Rev Jeffrey Ryan on TikTok, at Reverend Jeffrey Ryan, at Rev Jeffrey Ryan on TikTok. Or you can follow the center on Instagram or Facebook at Riverside CSL, and you'll be able to see all these videos. But what I've been posing to you throughout the week is I've been posing questions to you that help you dig a little bit deeper and to interact with what we're doing here on Sunday. So I invite you to go and deliberately go. I mean, deliberately, intentionally. Just don't wait for it to show up in your feed, because you know how those algorithms work. Don't just wait. Deliberately go and check it out, because we're producing this content not for me, for you. This is a way for you and for us to stay connected throughout the week. So this week, I'm posting a bunch of questions for you again to interact with and to play with. But also, because today is called a laugh a day, we're going to have a laugh a day every day this week. So be watching for those videos this week as well, where I will introduce yet one more laughter exercise the way we did earlier today, the way we did in service today, right? The brainwash, the mental floss, driving in traffic, right? That'll be fun and easy, and it'll only be a minute long, because it only takes a minute for your body to start responding, to get the brain chemicals, to get the dopamine, the oxytocin, and the endorphins kicked in and going. So it's a quick, easy interruption. So it's only 1 minute. So anybody can do anything for a minute, right? Spiritual practice doesn't have to be long and, 30 minutes to 3 hours on my meditation cushion, right? It can be quick, it can be fast, and spiritual practice doesn't have to be so serious, right? We prove that today, that, spiritual practice can be a lot of fun. Especially when we expand what we think of spiritual practice to be. And I invite you to really, really contemplate and really, really work with, if you're struggling with it, to really, really practice the spiritual practice of laughter. So find something this week that makes you laugh, and even if it's me on silly videos, because laughter is contagious. It's just like yawning. If I were to yawn, even saying the word yawn makes you want to yawn, doesn't it? I'm really resisting the urge to yawn right now. But laughter is contagious too. So let's have fun this week. Let's laugh this week. So I invite you to stand. And here we go. We're going to do an affirmation together. I laugh. I am healthy. And I am strong. Ready? Okay. I am healthy. I am strong. One more. I am healthy and I am strong. All right. Have fun this week. Let's say this together. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move love forward. Because love lives here. Let's sing it.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, share it, receive it, and I move it forward because love lives here. Love lives here.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. Receive it. And I move it forward because love lives here. Oh, love lives here. Yeah, love lives here. All right, we got a new song for the ending here. In the name of love, with a heart of grace, overflowing us, decorate this place as it is below, so it is above. May we always stand in the name of love. Take it, Jeff.
When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all is one, in the name of love.
In the name of love,
Name of love,
we always be
always
seeking
be
out the best,
out the best.
till we all are free, living in the world we've been dreaming of, where we stand as one in the name of love. Sing it with us, here we go.
When the veil is gone, there's only one of us, only one, in the name of love. When the day is done, we will sing this song, all is one, in the name of love.
Have a beautiful Sunday, everybody. Go get some coffee and laugh. Love you all. Love.